Hey guys, Kristen here. Today I want to talk to you about how to travel better when you have severe chronic fatigue. Now, we all know that travel is exhausting. Even for healthy people, being on the road a lot can be super exhausting, especially if you're going across time zones and everything. So there are actually a few things as someone diagnosed with CFS or just living with severe chronic fatigue that you can do to make travel a little less exhausting for yourself. So next time you need to travel for work or maybe to go see a family member or because you're moving across country or whatever it is, when you need to travel, you can minimize the impacts that it has on you. All right, so first off, I'm going to do a little mini series on this. And today's topic is something that I think is going to surprise everybody. I don't think anyone realizes just how much the constant noise of travel can exhaust us. I'm talking about when you're on a plane and the engines are going the entire time, especially during takeoff and landing. But even when you're in the air, there is just a lot of just constant background noise happening. And as low as their energy is, having to process that much noise all the time can be super tiring. When you're in a car, the same thing applies. When you're on a train, a bus, however you're traveling, noise can be exhausting. So the best way to minimize this is to use something to help just stifle or cancel out the noise before it even hits your eardrums. Okay? So I found a couple ways to do this. I have a couple of products here I'm going to talk about that I've used personally to help make travel easier on myself. The first one is some sort of over-the-ear headphones. You can see that these are big enough and they're padded on the inside to cover the ear. You just go right over, and what this does a pretty good job of creating a seal around my ears and drastically minimizes the amount of noise that actually reaches my ears. So these help. A step up from these would actually be noise canceling headphones, which you can get from Bose or Sony, I think. Those do get pretty pricey, but they will be the best at minimizing the noise that hits your eardrums. You can use just a little tiny earbuds, but I found that those really are not great at blocking out noise. And what tends to happen is when you have the earbuds in, you're very tempted to start just listening to music to drown out the other noise that you're hearing. But for us, because this constant noise can be so exhausting, drowning out the noise with other noise is actually a bad idea and can actually leave you just as exhausted as if you didn't have anything in your ears at all. So even if you're using these, which obviously have a cord for listening to music, I totally recommend not listening to anything and just minimizing the noise that's hitting your ears as much as possible. Now, the cheapest way I've found to block noise into the ears are these. I think I got these at like a CVS or just some kind of national chain pharmacy. And they're just a few bucks, and you get a couple sets in a case like this. And what they are just this clear wax. Let's see. Will it focus on that? Yeah. And it's super moldable. So what you do is you just what I do is I just pinch a little end. Actually, I'll usually cut this in half. And I'll pinch an end, and I'll just put a little tiny bit of it on the inside of my ear canal. And then I just flatten this around my ear. So this is sticking to the inside of the flat part of my ear and up against the back of this fold. And what it does, it just creates a nice airtight seal in your ear so no sound gets in and out. And it's actually pretty thick. These work super well. And they're the most cost-effective thing that you can use. One tip for these is that if you're going to use them on a plane, I recommend that you leave them out until after you're in the air. Whenever you're taking off or whenever you're landing, there's a big change in air pressure that can actually hurt the ears. So I would just have them in between takeoff and landing. So that's part one of my How to Travel with Severe Chronic Fatigue series. If you found this a useful tip on how to live with severe chronic fatigue, then it would mean the world to me if you would share this video with someone who it could help. Whether that's a friend you have or a group that you're a part of, it would mean so much to me if you help me spread the word. And as always, you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post here just about daily. Sending you love and health, I'm Kristen. Bye.